I started in nature tour 44 years ago when there was no tourism. So you can see the company Asia Overland. It was started in 1976, and I developed homestay, tours to Taman Negara, Longhouse, Kinabalu. In fact, I've climbed Kinabalu 37 times. Yeah, there were no naturalist guide in those days. And we, as a schoolboy, we were the first to go to Gunung Tan without guide and teacher in 1972. Yeah, you'll be wondering how old I am. I'm 64. Yeah, and still active. So you can see a number of business I have there, you know, from travel to conference to training. Then we started the Jungle Lodge in 1991. We do consultancy. We went into the hotel business in 2005. So I will just move, you know. So that's how I started in organic farming. Being a naturalist in 2005, when we purchased the hotel, I wanted to make to be the most sustainable in the world. When you mean sustainable, that means you have to grow your own food. So behind the hotel, we have about an acre of land. So I have chicken and ducks and fish and vegetable, and we save a lot of money. But for the last 3 years, I also have been teaching the people in Langkawi about organic farming, but not a lot of uptake. Yeah, but recently, about 3 weeks back, all the big boys approached me and say, what can we do? The tourism business is very much affected in Langkawi. 80% of Langkawi is directly involved in tourism, yeah, directly or indirectly. So there are about 150,000 people. Now many Airbnb is closed, budget hotels are closed, there are about 250 guides, no job. So I say, well, for 15 years I've been doing this, I can teach organic farming. So end of August, we'll start our organic farm school in Langkawi at the resort. Yeah, our farm school, we've been working at it for 3 years. We'll open it end of this year in Gombak. Now, the problem is that why I'm doing a school, because there are not many people teaching integrated farming. When I say integrated farming, that means you have animals and you have got vegetable. A waste of the animal is feeding the plants. Yeah, so it's what our grandparents used to do, but today it's mostly monocropping. Yeah, people just do one type of plants, like they grow tapioca or sweet potato or you know, one type. But we need to have a mixture of plants, and I explain to you why. You know, Malaysia imports something like 52 billion worth of food, and we export about 24-25 billion to Singapore. So there's still a negative of 27 billion ringgit. We're doing a lot of palm oil, and we sort of miss the boat when we went into industrialization in the late 80s. We stopped looking at agriculture. My years in school, I left school in 75 after my sixth form. We used to have agriculture in secondary school. Today, agriculture is not taught in secondary school. It's not mentioned. There's no university for agriculture. So how do we, Malaysian, have food security when nobody understands agriculture? And if you talk about natural farming or organic farming or agroecology, very little is understood in this country. Our neighbors have never lost the focus on agriculture. So we are actually very poor in this area. So our think of what we have to do is we have to do sort of classroom learning, and then from there we go on site. This is a group of Penang. There were 6 ladies from Long Tanit in Sarawak. 8 hours from Bintulu by 4-wheel drive. They came over. It was sponsored by the Women's Association of Malaysia and partly by us. 2 weeks at our jungle lodge in Gombak. And then they go on site to learn. But we also videotape it, and the deputy chief had to join us because some of the Penang ladies did not understand Malay. But we videoed everything for 14 days, and then we gave them the video clipping, plus we gave them 2 computers. So they went back, and 6-7 months ago we went back, and they had about 25-30 people now doing organic farming, and they're doing very well. They are working on 10 acres. So because they could share the video and people could continue learning from the laptop that we gave them, the village has got about 700 people, and they're selling the product now to the logging camps. So we are very happy as happened. So we also grow paddy in Gombak, but this is SRI, System of Rice Intensification, developed in Madagascar by a Jesuit priest, and now this is recognized as very good because it saved 50% water, 70% seed. Yeah. So we have developed a sort of a 1-week module. Yeah. So when people have time, or they will pick and choose, so we look at the history of natural farming, organic, organic soil. We do field work, farm watering, because without water, farming cannot take place. Then you have look at fruit trees. What are fruit trees? And then we talk about integrated farming. We talk about pond design, because fishes. Then pest and disease control, seed serving. Now all these are using natural system. We don't have to buy anything. We look at the plants. We teach you how to mix, and then it's your pesticide or herbicide. And then we are dealing with a lot of microbes. So how to improve the process of fertility? We look at biochar or charcoal, but we have to activate them with the microbes before we put it in, so that they hold water and microbes. So your plants are much better off, And then you got super plants like neem is a pest for pesticide, moringa is a superfood, duckweed, water hyacinth. So there are many other plants, and plant booster, how you use EM to improve the fertility. Yeah. Now this is at the back of our hotel, and we have developed a system of raised bed where we do layering, and after the last layering of soil, within 1 month we plant. So the picture on the left you can see is our first crop of papaya, and the same tree is after 2 years, it's the 3rd fruiting, and it still fruits a lot. So each tree gives us about 30 to 40 kilos, and so in a year we get about 150-200 kilos of papaya. It is all for the hotel use. Now why do we go organic? Yeah, a lot of sickness today is through the food. You are what you eat, because our use of pesticide, herbicide is so big. It costs the farmer a lot of money. And this is because of the green revolution promoted in the 60s, which is not green, because you put so much pesticide, herbicide, and all this fertilizer, the soil dies. You cannot have, you don't have even earthworm sometimes. But the other thing that is very health is GMO, genetic modified organism. One of the biggest operator is Monsanto. They are also the biggest seed company. They sell you seed, they modify it. You know, in the old days, we could keep our seed. But today, there are rules out there. If you sign and agree, you cannot keep your own seed. And the shocking part is Monsanto has developed a glyphosate, or we call Roundup. Yeah, it's used by everybody. And they have used a genetic, a material from glyphosate and add into, say, corn or soya bean. And when they spray Roundup, pesticide, herbicide, the corn or the soya bean would not die, but the weeds will die, no matter how much you spray. So this sort of material DNA, when we eat it, it actually kills also the bacteria, good bacteria in our gut. Now, Monsanto has been purchased by Bayer for 63 billion or something like that. Now there are thousands of cases against Monsanto, which is now Bayer, by the billions of dollars, and you know, many people are now sort of going to court and asking for compensation, because it is found that it does cause illness and what you call cancer. Yeah, and of course, growth hormone. The chicken we eat, 34 days, 36 days, they can grow 3 kilos. In our organic chicken, after 3 months or 4 months, you're talking about 1.5 kilo. But a modern farm factory chicken can grow 3 kilos in a month. So you know, what are you eating? Lots of hormone and antibiotic. So we can compare organic farming and conventional farming. Yeah. In organic farming, there's a lot of diversity, different plants, fish, animals. Soil health is improved, and we try to do no tilling. Only natural methods are used. So your cost is very little. Only thing is you may need a bit of more manpower. Now the conventional farming, today we call it the green revolution from the 60s. A lot of chemicals are used. You run a lot of machines, so you use a lot of petrol or diesel. Yeah, and if you compare to natural forest, is quite unnatural and use a lot of pesticide. Yeah, and it often damage the health of the farmer. Lots of energy, and farmers suffer from illness. The soil become inert. Yeah, so the chemicals stay in the soil and it goes also to the water. And often, if a lot of chemicals used, it contaminates the river, and that is our drinking water. And some people lower down, they also drink this water. Now this is integrated organic farming. Closed loop. We're all talking about closed loop. But it is science, it's technology, it's innovation and old knowledge that we reuse back. But another thing is, it also reduces climate change because we use less machine. We use, you know, almost no chemicals. Yeah. So you can choose many different things. This is just giving you an idea. Yeah, you can have aquaculture, chicken, duck, goat, vermicompost, compost, EM, effective microbiome, biochar, constructed wetland. Maybe know how to clean water. The input, I use snails. We feed the ducks and chickens. Snail has got 15% protein, and they eat the vegetables or plants or leaves that is found in the garden. Yeah, we used to read that. Black soldier fly is the latest in green technology, recognized by United Nations. It eats waste food, but it has 42% protein, so you can feed this with fish, yeah, poultry. You know, you can dry it and powder it and feed it as a mix to goats, yeah, cow. So these are the things. It's all there. Nature provides. And I have moringa, duckweed. These are fern family. You can feed also to the poultry and the the goat, yeah, Azolla, Salvina, these are fern family. They have also between 20 to 40% protein. Water hycine is to clean the wastewater, but you can also feed it to the chicken, duck, and goat and cow because it is between 12 to 18% protein. Yeah. So we collect food waste from the market or from a restaurant. That is one of our base. Yeah. And then we rear fish. The fish water is watering the garden or the plants. So, and you probably need to have a greenhouse because our weather, the rain is so much, so your vegetables are safer. So as a farmer, if you cannot have access to water, it's a big issue. So if you have public drain, you can also use the drain water, treat it to drinking water quality, and use it in the farm. So these are things that can be done. Yeah, this is the map of our farm in Gombak. Very small, 2 acres, Gombak 12.5 miles, so it's very close to the city, only 40 minutes to KLCC. This is our farm school also at the back of our resort in Langkawi. Yeah, we have a constructed wetland because we also treat our wastewater there. So our farming has been more in Langkawi because we have a team. In Gombak, when we started the jungle lodge, it was beside the forest, so we could not rear any animals or grow stuff because wildlife will eat it up. Now, the system we're using, algae, microbes, technology, environment. Now you see that tractor there actually is very little tilling. Agriculture is very, very thin, almost none. Sometimes when you start off, you may have to break the ground, but after that, you don't use it. Yeah. We have ducks. Ducks are good because duck eggs. We actually grow poultry, ducks, and chicken more for the eggs because you can keep them, you can salt them. Yeah. They also provide oxygen for the fish when they swim in the water. They also go to our paddy field when it's growing, so they pick up the weed, so we don't have to weed it, and also they fertilize the paddy field. Yeah. And this is water hycine. We grow in our fish pond, where we clean the fish poo, and we feed it back to the poultry. So in nature, it provides a lot of stuff if you know. Yeah. Goat is very good because they give birth every 5 months, but of course we let the mother rest. So 7 to 8 months, then we give they give birth again. We started exactly last year Hari Raya with 5, 4 female, 1 male. Today we have 12. Yeah, 7 birding, and 3 other females are now pregnant. So it's very fast. They give birth 2 to 3 babies or kid every 5 to 7 months. And for a goat, 15 months, you can sell it for 1,000 ringgit. So this is my son, and Ashari. He specialized in aquaponic, and the goats are really nice and fun to pet. Now, basically, we look at income. Yeah, it has to be specific to the owner, but we rear fish, eggs, and this and that. So, but this is after your farm is in operation. Sometimes you may take a year to have the operation, but I would now suggest while doing it, you put aside some space and you grow cash crop. Yeah, long beans, peanut, soya bean, cucumber, sawi, where you can actually have a cash flow. Yeah, so that you don't have to wait for a year. While constructing the farm, you actually grow cash crop. Yeah, so that's how you work the system. Depends on the land, whether you have water, whether it's hilly, But we tend to now encourage people to build their pond right at the top. So through gravity, it flows to other places. Yeah. So just an income within a year. Yeah. So, but this is in our farm. Different people will look at it. Like now in Langkawi, to try to convince them, we don't go big, we go small. We show them to grow cash crop. Within 3 months, they can see the money coming in. So you have to do it that way. Yeah. So we tend to grow peanut because after one crop, it gives back nitrogen to the land. Yeah. Corn, we actually grow it to feed our poultry. Yeah. Beside eating, we all know durian, musang king, but it takes 3 to 4 years. So you grow things in between. Yeah. Fruit trees are good because it may take 3 to 4 years. After that, it's a constant income. It doesn't take too much looking, but you need to prune it so that instead of just leaf, you have the fruits coming out. Yeah. Bananas, grow the big variety where you can get 30 to 40 kilos. Yeah. And if you grow pisang emas, after 6-7 months, you only get 5-6 kilo. So grow the big variety. Yeah. Because we are also near the forest, we need security to keep the python, the wild boar, the monkeys. So we have 8 dogs at the farm. As security guard, the Muslim has no problem because all my staff are Muslim, and the person in yellow is my manager, and we have got 4 orang asli working for us. These are all stray dogs that is being rescued, and they stay at our farm. Why integrated? Yeah, it is important. Yeah? As I mentioned, a waste is also a resource for something else. But we're talking about sustainability. Yeah, food security, reducing costs, increasing income, reducing risk through chemicals. Yeah, I say food security is so important, and I think the country has to focus more on food for edible, not just on palm oil. We can't really eat palm oil or rubber. So we have to spend a little bit more effort. The government has to spend effort and open up vocational agriculture school, if possible, focus on natural farming or organic farming. So this is what I mentioned, by 2050, we got 9 billion. How do you feed not 2 billion people? We have to start now. Yeah. And I mentioned about this was 2015, $45 billion worth. Today, we are talking about 52 billion importing food. When we do natural farming, we talk about soil. And to improve soil quality, we are talking about biochar, where we can retain the microbes. Yeah. And also water. Yeah. So this is very important. Compost, vermicompost, we all know this is all from plants or animals. This is food for the plants. So all this is related to soil. Yeah. So when you have got plants, you actually need water, but in between, all plants need oxygen. So when you have microbes, you have biochar, you have got earthworm, is creating aeration for the microbes. And then the soil, you talk about nutrients. Now these are fertilizer we are talking about. And with soil, the plants can anchor it well. Yeah. And temperature, the soil also sort of keep the temperature. When you have got air pockets in there, you have microbes, it actually keep the soil well. But if you have industry farming, the soil become compact, and they don't hold water, they don't hold air. So this is an issue. Yeah. Like all of us, we need oxygen. So the soil microbe also are aerobic, the good microbes, so they need oxygen. And I said less stealing because we want to look after the microbes. Yeah. pH normally is neutral. I mean, neutral is between 6.5 to 7.5. Our blood in our body is about 7. So even the fish want to have about 7. Even the plant generally want to have a neutral of 7. Yeah. So mulching is just leaves and plant where you put over the soil, so it becomes fertilizer for the plant, but you also keep the heat out from the roots. Yeah, organic organic material. So we always hear about NPK, which is the major one. Yeah, and nitrogen. Yeah, for chlorophyll, phosphorus. Phosphorus, a lot of people, when you go bathing, you can use your bath water to water the plant, because phosphorus, a lot of the soap is phosphate. So that's where phosphorus. For 15 years now, even my laundry water, I actually water my plants. Yeah, potassium for bigger growth, calcium, eggshell, all the shells, crab shells and whatever, you blend it, you make in the powder, you feed the plants. Yeah, magnesium, sulfur for smell. Sulfur is the base for amino acid, which is for protein. So all this is necessary. Now, most farming, they promote NPK. So there are also other nutrients, as I mentioned here, calcium, magnesium, sulfur is needed. Actually, there are about 60 micronutrients that is required for completeness. Yeah, beside the NPK. Mycorrhiza is a fungi. Yeah. So why we don't disturb the soil is to let the fungi grow. Yeah, it's like what we call it wood wide web. They connect trees, plants, and the roots of the tree will give through photosynthesis. They deliver carbohydrate to the fungi below, and the fungi will look for water far away and look for minerals, nutrients, and feed the plants. So that's how they have a symbiosis relationship. And mycorrhiza has been working with the plants for a billion years. Yeah, mycorrhiza is fungi, and the biggest fungi in the world in the state is 2,200 acre, and that's the fungi growth. Yeah, I say build soil, increase fertilizer, strengthen plant health, decrease erosion, build buying heavy metal, enhance nutrition, reduce desertification. So this is so very important. Yeah, water. We need water. Yeah, to manage for the plants and for the animals. So for people who do not have good water, this is what we do. We teach you how to clean water through the constructed wetland system, or we call it bioengineering or phytoremediation. We started our first project in cleaning water in the jungle lodge in 1991, being a naturalist, environmentalist. Our kitchen water is channeled into this pond. Our septic tank water, sometimes we have up to 1,000 people on the event, but this is a hostel of about 120. The discharge goes in this water. We have 3 ponds, and we grow plants to clean the water. Yeah, and then the water, we sometimes use it. If we grow paddy there and grow vegetables. Yeah. So this system, in 15 years ago, we started 91, 29 years ago, but when we purchased the frangipani, we also use the system to treat our wastewater. Yeah, this is our pond there behind the resort. This is actually a small wetland. We have fish there, and we don't have any filter. The plants are the filter, and we eat fish from here. Yeah, it shows them all the plants. So gray water, black water, goes into it. We use it to grow even corn. And this is the flow with a number of different plants growing in this area. And yeah, by the third point is class 1 drinking standard water. Yeah, the different surface area. And this is the result. In wastewater, you got class A and B, and you just have to use B, and it's only 8 parameter. Now what we are doing is a 32 parameter, which is drinking standard. Yeah, and in the next page is also water quality. And in 2011, we were given the Langkawi Award, the highest award in environment by the Minister of Environment. When he saw this result, he says, wow, your shit water can drink. Because all you have to do is you filter and UV. But we said, no, we don't drink culturally. We just use it for our garden. Yeah. So that minister was from Sarawak, Douglas Unggah, in 2011. So this will show you the different type of plants we use. They're all common. Pandanus. Water mimosa, which is the land mimosa, has got thorn. The water mimosa don't have thorn. You can also eat it. Yam or keladi. Alligator flag, ginger family. Bird of paradise, also ginger family. Water hyacinth, plenty of ways, they double up in 2 weeks. Duckweed double up in 18 hours, 24 hours. This is a fern family. Vetiver was brought in by PWD, Public Works Department, from India to stop soil erosion. The roots are actually used in Channel 5 perfume. Yeah. So it's family of lemongrass. So if 1 meter up, 2 meter below the roots, they grow. Water lily. Water lily is very good to treat cadmium heavy metal. Water spinach or kangkong. Now this is in Gombak. Yeah, after harvesting, my son is a giant catfish. Now I like to introduce superfood. Some of you know, you buy in powder form moringa. So if you are into farming, you must have this plant, because you can give it to the chicken, the ducks, the goat, the cow, and because it's such a superfood and it's rich in calcium, protein, and you see 4 times more vitamin A than carrots, 4 times more calcium than milk, 2 times more iron than spinach, 7 times more vitamin C than orange, 2 times more protein than yogurt. So you must plant moringa. Yeah, moringa is an Indian word, but more and more people are now eating it. These are the fern. They grow very fast, but they are also used for food for poultry. Yeah, these are all the different plants which you can find. Water lettuce is they double up in a week. Yeah. So we collect waste food with our 4-wheel drive from the market, from restaurant. So this is just a normal composting. But we also breed snails because it's good food for the poultry, and it got 15% protein. Yeah, this is, I always experiment it in my house. So I have 6 containers of snails in my house. So learning how to breed them, laying eggs, and how to, you must always learn how to breed. This is amazing. Lettuce, when you feed all the waste food, you grow the maggot of the black soldier fly. The life cycle is about a month. The adults do not eat, so they do not carry disease. They only drink water, not like housefly. So they're big. You may have seen them, but you do not know that they're very useful. Yeah, and we send our team to Indonesia 2 times to learn about this, because almost every Indonesian farmer will breed black soldier fly to feed the fishes or the poultry. Yeah. Biopesticide, you can use even lalang. Yeah, of course you use neem. Yeah, any plants or leaf that you see not eaten or by insects or disease, like spider lily, you blend it together. That is your biopesticide. Fish amino acid is, whenever we have anything, you have fish. So whatever balance of fish, you can use it, ferment it for your fertilizer, and also you can spray it onto your leafy vegetable to keep mites away. Ecoenzyme, everybody got fruit balance, vegetable balance. So the formula is very straightforward. 1 kilo of brown sugar, 3 kilo of fruit peel, skin, and 10 liters of water. You keep in a container 3 months, yeah, and you will come out with your enzyme, which we use to clean, yeah, your rooms, and you can clean the air, you can treat water. So it actually becomes vinegar. Yeah. Now, the reason why we are doing it is to educate more people to go into farming. We are fortunate that we do have a very active new association we call Natural Farmer Association, which has got this talk going on, so that we can get more people into it, especially now with this lockdown of COVID-19. Many people, business are closed, so people can do more or do something for themselves if they know how. And also we would like to share how healthy eating habits, but we have to do a lot of research, and we're all sharing best practice in our association. The whole concept is less input, more output. And to prove that natural farming or organic farming or integrated farming can give us a stable income. Yeah. So I like to put in some question and answer. Fitri, can you go to the screen and help me?
All right, there are 3 questions here, Prof. All right, the first one is from Selva. He asking for if you mind to share the slide.
Oh yeah, sure. So Fitri can give you all the slides.
All right, the second question is from Skyraj. Ada pendapat bahawa pertanian organik memerlukan lebih tanah berbanding pertanian konvensional. Is it correct that organic farming need more land than the conventional farming? That's the
No,
first question.
conventional farming need a lot of land. Yeah. You can farm in half an acre, 1 acre. You don't need, because what you're doing is you're doing integrated farming. We talk about vertical farming, yes, but you need energy. So, but you can build it small, depend on your manpower and the skill, because monocropping may give you a lot of income of the same crop. Then you wait, yeah, for it to grow. And of course, you add a lot of fertilizer. But in integrated farming, you have less in that particular, but you have a variety of income. And when you add all the variety of income, it's more per square foot yield. The other thing is important is you don't get sick. You are healthy. In monocropping, commercial, green revolution, pesticide, herbicide, chemical fertilizer. So you spend a lot of money. But when you don't have so much input, everything is from the land, everything is from what people throw away. So your capital input is a lot less. Yeah, it's just you need more knowledge, and you have to work harder in a way, because if you have animals, they have to look after 7-Eleven. Yeah, you have to be on site, you have to watch. If the chicken die, you have to separate it, because it may be a virus that can kill the whole flock, or a duck, because we are not using any antibiotic. You can feed them with like neem. Yeah, neem is used by Indian. It's called Azarita indica. It comes from India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan originally. You feed them every week or every 2 weeks. You build up your immunity for the animals. Yeah, so you need to do a lot of observation, but you need to start somewhere. Yeah, if you're not a farmer, start in your house. Start with a box, yeah, or 2 boxes of polystyrene, so that you can experience it and you enjoy it and you go further. Don't just go and start a farm immediately. Start slowly, learn from the mistake and observe. And today there's so many YouTube that can teach you what you can do. Yeah.
All right, Prof. Here's another question from Usaimi. So he said your presentation just now is on the looks like a big business, but for someone who already have organic farming or organic farm, then how for beginners to start?
That's
Those who small organic farming. So do you have any tips
Yes.
how to start small, especially with less?
Resources.
Yeah.
So I would suggest someone start it, depend how big. You can start with 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet, on somebody's have land or you rent it. Start small. Yeah. I have resources, so I don't mind doing a bit more. But it takes a long time to learn. The main problem is knowledge worker. Yeah. There are some programs up there called permaculture. It's quite close to commercial organic farming, but it is more homestead, self-sufficiency. So that's a good base since there is no class, there's no school at the moment. So permaculture is used as a base. Yeah. But to go commercial, you have to change a little bit, tweak it a little bit, then you can go commercial. So start small, start with cash crop, as I mentioned. Start with cash crop. You plant lettuce. You plant expensive stuff. Chili, cherry tomatoes. These are 15 to 20 ringgit a kilo. So in small place, you can get a good yield. Yeah. So you don't have to go big. You just do cash crop and do small. Then you start keeping the seed, because when you start, you have to purchase seed. Yeah, seed costs money. So in organic farming, they are not GMO. A lot of the GMO you cannot grow again. You use one time and after that it doesn't grow anymore. So you have to keep the seed. Yeah, and start slowly, and that's how it is. There's no way. Yeah, so you don't look at big piece of land. You look small piece of land, or you can get. Today, the government encourage urban farming. So you can actually, with a community, you can use unused land that's around your area. Start small. Yeah, you learn it, make some small mistakes before you go to real commercial farming.
Yeah, Prof. I once do a survey with the paddy farmers, and I asked a question for them, to them. So I asked why you are not doing the organic way of paddy farming. So most of them will say it is actually a labor. It use more labor than use chemicals, kill weeds, and how do you comment on that?
I agree with what the farmer said, that organic farming, the system of SRI, is more labor, has more labor, yes, but I have to look at it both ways. Yes, labor. You have to buy pesticide. You got to buy herbicide. You got to buy fertilizer. You got to invest in tractor, which can break down petrol. So your capital input is quite a lot. Yeah, because you want to use machine, so labor issue. Now the other side, say a kilo of paddy in the commercial system, you sell it about 3 ringgit, 4 ringgit. You buy it actually for 3 4 ringgit, correct? Paddy, yeah, a kilo in the normal market. Now organic rice today per kilo is 12 ringgit to 15 ringgit. So it's about 4 times or 3 times better value. Now, if you can have same acre for acre, and in SRI, the traditional paddy using chemical and pesticide and chemical fertilizer, yeah, the yield per hectare is about within 4 to 6 tons. Yeah, 4 to 6 tons is a traditional yield globally, not just Malaysia, globally. In SRI organic, you're talking about 8 to 15 tons. World record is 26 tons per hectare. But then you factor in your manpower. Of course, the last factor that people don't look at is your health. The health of you as a farmer, the health of your children. Many farmers suffer from ill health. Many farmers are using what you call pesticide that is not allowed in this country. You look at their hands, look at their skin. Yeah, they have allergy. Their children has asthma. Many, because if they live in the field, they breathe in the pesticide. Yeah, so these are some of the issues. Now, this sickness is not factored in by the chemical farmer. It's easy. Yes, it's easy. But these factors are not taken into consideration. If you take those into consideration, it's, I think, more costly. It's like us now. Today, many people suffer from illness. Even children suffer from illness. It's food we eat. Yeah, of course, lifestyle is one thing, but the food is causing a lot of sickness. Yeah.
So they need to choose between healthier choice and
Quick money.
and also their money. Yeah. So there are another question here from the Pedas Kambing Prap. So Prof, Malaysia has a lot of abundant land. So should the government lease this land to young people who are interested in farming? And the second question from the same person is, Malaysia lacks of research in agriculture compared to other countries like Thailand, Netherlands, etc. So should the government change back the name of UPM to University Pertanian Malaysia to boost agriculture research?
Okay, two questions. Yeah, I replied the first question. You're totally right. There's a lot of abandoned land. There's a lot of people who have applied for land and they are given a TOI, but they don't do anything. I totally support the government should allow young people to use the land for little money. You know, why leave it abandoned? Yeah. So, and the government should help. Second thing, totally agree that UPM should go back to agriculture university. But to do that, you also must add the curriculum in secondary school and primary school, a dash of agriculture for them to understand agriculture. Because you have a university, but you don't have teach agriculture in school, how you get students. Yeah. So the thing must start from primary school, secondary school, and then to the university. Then we can look at developing our agriculture. Then we can look at food security. That's where we have lost our path. The education system, not only that, we need the politics to understand that we need to look at food security. I think one of Prime Minister Abdullah Badawi did a right thing. He actually focused on agriculture. He had a number of states allocated 100 acre for people who wanted to go to agriculture. But I believe in the system that we're talking about, we don't need big space. We need to allocate, say, 5 acres for a young person. If he's successful, he can apply for another 5 acres. Because you can do a lot today. You know, jackfruit. If you don't do hard work, just grow fruit trees. Jackfruit in 3 to 4 years. You know, a tree will probably give you, one fruit is 20 kilos. It can give you about 8, 10, 20, 15 fruits. You know, 1 kilo today is 5 ringgit. You know, it gives you, say, 200 kilos. You can make money. Papaya, banana is 6 ringgit a kilo. So in the old days, it was 20 cents, 30 cents a kilo. Yeah, 20 years ago. So today, especially if it's natural farming, where there's no pesticide, people are looking for it. And if you look at every supermarket today, the organic section keeps growing, you know, but we do not know how organic it is. So through the normal shops everywhere, you can see that the demand for organic is growing. So I believe now there is an opportunity. So young people should go and try. Yeah, should put your hands, and you don't have to have many people, 2-3 person. Start a small farm, learn from it. I believe this is a time.
Prof, in your presentation, I noticed that in your constructed wetland, so the discharge point came from one point and to the bigger side of the lake, right?
Yes.
So, did this pond or what water catchment area have? I mean, do you not worry of bacterial infections or anything like that?
Okay. For
Just
15 years.
using plants. Yeah.
Okay.
You just use plant. Yeah.
Yeah. For 15 years, this was a river. So all the discharge go at the beginning of the river. Yeah. Every discharge, that means your kitchen waste, your oil, your sewage. When we took over, some of the septic tank was not working, so we pump raw sewage there. Your laundry water, everything goes there at the beginning of the pond. Then we grow different plants to, it's like biofilter, but 90% is the microbe that's going there. In fact, you'll be surprised. At the beginning, you have oil, grease ball. Somehow the grease will combine together. It becomes the size of a small marble, half an inch marble. Yeah, lots of marble of oil. Yeah, and then of course there you get a bucanasis, a bacteria that will feed on the oil. The oil there, and then you don't see any oil at the end of the pond. 2/3 of the pond is all clean. In fact, the pond is built for 300 PE, which that means person's excrement. PE is people's excrement. So 350 people can poo and pee, and you clean it. So with 12,000 square feet, I can clean, but I put another 10,000 because in bioengineering, you always oversize, yeah, oversize the pond just in case you have more waste, yeah, wastewater. You don't get worried. So every 6 months we test the water on the last part of the pond, and we get this type of result. And we test it during the when the hotel is full. Yeah, that means at the worst time, there's a lot of pool, a lot of wastewater, a lot of kitchen water, and we test it. And this is the quality. We don't test it when the hotel has low occupancy. Yeah, so when farmer don't have water and you can get polluted water, that's how you can do to clean it. Yeah. Any more questions, Fitri?
Yeah, there are no more questions here. Maybe you can. Maybe there's anything else you want to add in your presentation, or you want to emphasize something. Yeah, we have another 10 minutes before we. So Prof, how about your, you have two farmers, two places where you teach farmers school, right? Yeah,
Yes.
you can share something about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
For Langkawi, we didn't want to
Mhm.
start early. We want to start KL first, end of the year when we are more complete. But
In
the
Gombak, right?
Langkawi one was by the community asking. So there are about 6 landowners now. They have land, but they don't have the people, and we are helping them. Different people have different needs, and we found a local who built the farm like the Thai with many ponds and fruit trees on an old paddy field. But paddy field, the soil is not rich; it's sandy. Yeah, but we're helping them for mulching. Uh, they they do use chemical fertilizer, but they use fish amino acid and they don't use pesticides. So we need to help them. You need to build local community knowledge, and they become the ambassador to teach others. Yeah, because again, many people are just paddy farmers. They don't want to do more because it's a lot more hard work. Paddy, you grow 4 months, maybe 2 crop a year, and the rest of the time you relax. Yeah. So we encourage people just to grow papaya. Last week I was there, they couldn't get papaya. So some of the restaurants say, I have a lot of papaya. My this crop is about, 300 kilos. Come and come and get it. Yeah, we sell it. So we need to work with local community, and the local community will tell you what they want. And in fact, the sixth farm that's starting, all the food is pre-purchased. Restaurant and hotels are all wanting them. So the farmer risk is not there. The main problem with farming is marketing. How do you market your food? So if you can get the buyer, the hotel, the restaurant, already telling them I need so much, but the farmer must also work smart. You must tell them a week, before what product you have, so that they, for restaurant and hotel, they book 1 week in advance, because the wholesaler will bring this in. Yeah, they look at the demand. So we also must understand the business. They don't do everyday shopping. They shop few days and stock it up in the fridge. Yeah, that's how they do manage their stock. Yeah.
So how do we start? If I have a land and I want to start this, not just as a hobby, but as a business. Yeah.
Yep.
So can you suggest any crop? You said in your presentation, start with cash crop. Yeah.
Yes.
So this cash crop is actually you can sell it easier than
Yes.
other.
Yeah. So while working on building a farm, building a pond, you start cash crop. When you're going cash crop, of course, cash crop, you have to look at it daily. You have to go weeding a bit, but you do mulching last week, but you still have to weed every 10 days. You look at insects, but because it's natural, you have birds to come and eat the insects. You grow flowers for good insects. They will, you get dragonflies, you get ladybugs. They'll eat the bad insects away. So that 2-3 months, you get your return. At the same time, you grow fruit trees. Papaya will take you 6-7 months. Banana, same thing. Then you also grow the other bigger trees. Your musang king, your rambutan, your langsat, your mangosteen, your jackfruit. So you have got short-term cash crop, mid-term, long-term, and your fish depend the type of fish you have. Of course, the red tilapia you house in 5 months. Yeah. The baung you house in a year, but the baung is 35-50 ringgit a kilo. So you have got high-end fish and fast fish. You grow. But you need a bit of technology like fish. You add micro bubbles in, not just the normal aeration pump, micro bubbles. The fish have more oxygen. When they have more oxygen, they eat more, you give more, they grow faster. Instead of 4 months, they grow 2.5, 3 months. You can harvest them for 500 grams. So again, you have to look at the science behind. So it is no more a backyard business. You have to read, and we are blessed. I say, go to YouTube, you go to Google, they can teach you many things. But you can only learn so much from YouTube. You must dirty your hands. That's the only way.
Thank you, Prof, for this amazing presentation that you have. Your experience is so vast. You're building a result out of a small farm. Then you construct a wetland. This is so amazing for me. And before we end our 1 hour talk show, is there any encouragement, any last word you want to say to our young farmers, or even for the maybe those who have been farming for years? Any last word from you?
Those who have been farming for years have to relook. You never stop learning. Farmers know you never stop learning. Look at yield today. Many smart farmers, they only grow for the high yield, so they can get better return for the same effort. They get high yield because they're planting products that will pay them the money. So you will work smart that way. Not easy plant like kangkong, you get very little money. So you plant sort of higher yield, and also you source out the demand of your market. The market tells you, I want this. Then you grow that. Yeah, don't grow things that are easy to grow, but grow things sometimes maybe a bit difficult. You grow them, and then the rewards are much better. For some, I go back to someone say, how do you start? Mushroom. You only need a room. Mushroom farming. Yeah, you don't need a lot of space. You just have a dark room, cleanliness, and you can get a good return because mushroom, the money is quite good. Yeah, so there are many things you can get good return, but your heart must be there. You got to be a little bit interested, and you just don't do it for the money. The money will come. Once you specialize in your field, people will look for you, and you master what you do, and then you can also teach. Yeah.
So we have another question come in here. When we want to do farming and planting and breeding animals like goat and chicken, which one do we start first?
Chicken. Start with chicken. Yeah. And yeah, because everybody eats chicken. And chicken eggs. You know, you think of your own family. Organic chicken. Lay eggs, of course, you have to wait about 5-6 months before they start laying eggs. Yeah. And I would say 60-70% of female will lay eggs. And organic eggs, the value is a lot more because you can sell the organic eggs for RM1. The normal egg you buy for 30 cents. So it's 3 times more. Actual price is 150, 140. But say you sell it for RM1. Yeah. Say you have 500 chicken. You start with 500 chicken. You get 400 eggs a day. After 5th or 6th month. Say, even though you don't say 400 eggs out of 500, you say you get 300 eggs out of 500 chicken. 300 ringgit a day. 30 days, 9,000. Not so complicated. Yeah. Even the waste of the chicken is fertilizer for your vegetables, but you cannot put it pure. You have to mix it with grass because you have to do a balance of carbon and nitrogen. So chicken shit has a lot of nitrogen and phosphate. So you need 30 to 1. 30% carbon, 1% sort of nitrogen. So 30 to 1 ratio. So once you know that, it's much easier. Yeah.
Okay, Prof, thank you for your times, and also thanks for the presentations and your sharing. And I would like to thank for all the viewers who share this talk show. And remember, we will have another talk show in August from Mr. Subarao from Consumer Association of Penang. He will talk on how to build a community food garden. So thank you very much. We will see you again next month. Thank you.
Thank you, Fitri, for hosting, and thank you, Natural Farmers Association of Malaysia.
Bye.
Bye.